We've rounded up a few of the more interesting mobile releases, so first up let's take aim with Hitman Sniper.
Agent 47 made the jump to mobiles last year with the excellent Hitman Go. And while that game was focused on stealth, this time around it's all about expert marksmanship.
Another perfect assignment, 47.
No time is wasted as you find yourself perched atop a hill overlooking a very flash and modern compound. It's the kind you'd see in any Bond movie, isn't it?
Yeah, you'd see a house like this being built in something like Grand Designs, all concrete and glass, overlooking a small European city.
Kevin MacLeod leaning over the balcony delivering a soliloquy. After you've had a moment to take in the sights, it's all work and no play as you start taking out high-profile targets, goons, and ducks.
Even though this is a pretty small and focused game, it's good to see that it has that Hitman sense of humour peppered throughout.
This game is every bit as slick and smooth as Agent 47's head, with top-notch menus, music and audio. But I was really surprised that it's all based in the one location. Every mission in Hitman Sniper takes place in this one compound, and you're always in the same sniping position.
Yeah, that surprised me. And I would have thought that after you'd taken out 3 or 4 targets, the bad guys would have worked out that maybe they should look at renting another house. Maybe a place without heaps of glass windows opposite a perfect sniping position on a hill.
Well, for me, it was really good progression through the first 10 missions, and I was really into it. But once I realized it was just this one static location, I kind of lost interest.
They do mix up the missions with different challenges, such as taking out a number of goons before the main target. And you can have some fun hitting champagne bottles and ice sculptures, but yes, once you've reached a certain level, it is just rinse and repeat gaming, so I'm giving it 2.5 stars.
Yeah, I think I got over it a little quicker than you. I'm giving it 2 stars.
Textbook hit, 47. Rendezvous at the agreed waypoint.
Well, from a game that's all about headshots to one that's a real head scratcher, it's The Last Voyage.
The only way I can think to describe this game, Barjo, is if 2001 A Space Odyssey was a mobile game, it might look something like this.
Yeah, that's pretty big praise, Hex. I'm not sure if it quite reaches those heights.
Maybe not, but it is a game that's a kind of journey, and ultimately you're left to devise your own interpretation of what it all means and what each stage represents.
Well, before we get too deep into its meaning, let's talk about what you actually do in the game. Across 10 levels, you're put to the test in a series of challenges that involve 3D perception, fast reactions, and puzzle solving.
Lining up red lines that interconnect, matching shapes and colours, and travelling through vortexes is what you'll spend most of your time doing.
There's some interesting visuals with this game, Hex. There's one level in particular where you're going through warp speed like Star Trek, and I think I saw through time.
Yeah, it's all presented in a really stylish and moody tone, complete with a soundtrack that feels like it's from another dimension too.
I think the team behind this were heavily influenced by games like Monument Valley, but where that game had a singular vision and something to say, I felt like this was more style over substance.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not as deep as something like that, but I still enjoyed my playthrough of The Last Voyage, if only for that design element.
I'm not so sure, it all just felt a bit two-tone to me. It was either black or red, or somewhere in between, not really something I can look at for long periods of time.
I do think it's well put together. I mean, parts of this are just so beautiful, so I'm giving it 3 stars.
When I got to the end of this voyage, I was just confused. I didn't get it, so I'm giving it 2 stars.